Hi folks, hope you all keeping well out there. Here in South Africa we're actually in our second wave of the pandemic at the moment, so we're all on lockdown level 3, which gives us plenty of time for reflection and doing videos. So regarding this video, have you ever had that problem where you've got a website that you're using, like a social media site or something else, and you find there isn't a native app for iOS or Android or whatever available for you to use, and then you're wondering, now how do I do it on mobile, and isn't it going to be rather complicated and difficult? What I want to show today though is for two specific examples of where there doesn't exist any native app for mobile, but how you can have a very similar type of experience on your mobile phone. And I'll show you briefly how to set it up and get it going. So this video is really intended for people with that type of challenge. If you're not having that problem, then this video is not really for you. And one of the examples I will be showing here is Pixelfed, which is an alternative to Instagram. For me, I think it's a little bit better than Instagram, and that's why I'm doing most of my posting over here at the moment. If you are interested in Pixelfed, there is the link over here to my video that explains what Pixelfed's about. But before I jump into Pixelfed itself, let me just mention also briefly some of the advantages and disadvantages of using apps or using mobile in this manner. So firstly, one of the big advantages from the developer side is that he or she creates and updates the application once, and it's available everywhere, whether it's different desktops, iOS, Android, or even some of the newer Linux phones. So fewer skills and costs are needed, and he can usually do it a lot quicker. You're just updating in one place. Now that'll be, in other words, compared to having to develop for iOS or develop for Android or paying to have it developed on your behalf. One of the second advantages there could be the user only needs the browser installed and not another 10 or 20 different individual native apps that have got to each be installed and each updated separately the whole time. This thing I'm going to show you now is really just using a single browser. That's it. Another advantage is it opens just like an app does from the home screen, so it's familiar to how people open it and start using it. And it's also quieter, as there's no notifications popping up while it's not in use. And for many, another advantage is it's not running in the background like some applications are, where they're tracking you and passing information back or just consuming resources in the background. If you've closed this, it's closed and there's nothing happening. Then also just briefly, there are about 3 disadvantages I could think of. One being that there's no push notifications whilst it's not open in the actual browser. Obviously, if the browser is open, you will be seeing the notifications that you are used to seeing, like this. When you're browsing the site, you'll see little symbols normally here saying 2 notifications or whatever the case is over there. So that can be for some a disadvantage. You really got to open it and check it. It's probably the major disadvantage for some users. Then the other thing is that this doesn't do any client-side processing. So this is not for games that are intended to run on the device. You install the game and it actually is running on your device and all the processing is happening there. This is really more suited for web server-side applications like information sites or some social media sites like this one, where everything is really being handled and done on the website side. So with that said, that gives you sort of some context really around it, and the rest of the video is just going to be showing the 2 examples and how to create them. What I can just demo first is, before I start, this is the home page or the home feed that I've got for Pixelfed at the moment. You'll see that's what I'm looking at. Here's one of my posts. So that's what it looks like if I'm scrolling on the website. Now I've already pre-prepared using Chrome browser and using Firefox browser. I've already created 2 links just to show you briefly how they open and how it looks like on mobile. So if I click on this one, both the same site, they're just created separately in each browser. So if I click on the Chrome shortcut, you'll see there it is. It opens up instantly into the site itself or to the service. And this, if you had a native Android app in this case, it would probably look identical to this anyway. And this is literally just running out of the browser, no application installed. If I want to like something, I can just click over there and like it. I could go over there and I could type in a reply and put my emojis in, etc., and post over there. So it really is working very much the same. You'll see there's a little drop down menu. Obviously you just touch it with your finger, go down and select whatever you want to select over there. If I look back at the website, you'll see there very similar. Oops, I'm just now forgetting I've got to scroll this way with the mouse, and I'd like it in the same way. So you'll see it looks very, very similar between both, but this is definitely optimized for mobile. For example, the one thing you'll pick up here is it's already got the title bar at the top, and it's got a footer bar or navigation menu at the bottom over here, and this is from the application itself. So if I wanted to go look at all the likes, that's how I would see it. If I want to go to my profile, that's what I'd see over there. And now the important part, and this is what a lot of people don't realize, is that a lot of the web interaction works perfectly well inside a mobile browser. So if I was to take this little button over here, which is now to create a new post, you could just click over there. You could choose as per normal, is it a new post, is it a story that disappears in 24 hours, or is it a collection of posts? And I could say no, it's a new post. And you will be given the choice, obviously, whether you want to upload a file or whether you want to use your camera directly and snap a photo and post it. So let me show the camera one. The only thing you're going to see here is that my webcam at the moment is covered. So all I'm saying is that would normally be the camera, and you would take your photo and you'd click over there to take the photo and you'd post it. And you've got your normal camera adjustments over there. So like I said, it really does operate as if it is a native app. I don't really see much difference there. And I can just show the same with Firefox. Okay, maybe the only thing is going out. Sometimes you've got to go back out of the browser. The Firefox one, exactly the same. It opens it up and you're seeing it just like that. So that really is just briefly the example showing Pixelfed. I'm going to show another example using my own website where I don't have any mobile apps for it. It's just a plain website. Let's just go to it. So there you'll see my website. This is just a plain Drupal website, and you'll see that I have got drop-down menus at the top here that you can select through. I've got some text in the middle here, and I've got a sidebar with various things like search, follow me, and so on the right hand side, and I've got another sidebar on the left side which shows recent content. I'm just showing you this layout because you can just see how it changes slightly on the mobile. So my website, plain website, I have got some enablement on it that just makes it mobile friendly, but I've got no special development or menus or anything set up for mobile. So just to give you an idea now, we are in Firefox still over here. Okay, there it loads in the mobile browser. So what you're going to notice is there's the favicon or logo for the site. It's still got the share buttons at the top. There is the drop down menu that's now sort of mobile enabled. And obviously if you were just touching on this or clicking on it with your finger, this is the sort of the view that you would see. So it's not perfect, but what I'm saying is it is mobile enabled. It's not showing you the desktop view. Then there was that one sidebar there for recent content. It gives you the center panel of data of information over there. And there is the right hand side panel with the follow me, the search, subscriptions and so on it. So yeah, just to show you it does do very similar. And if I was to go to a particular page, let's just take say ham radio JSAT call digital mode, you'll see there is the layout for the page with a few images on the web page. And if I go to the same over here, oops, I'll just remember my navigation is touch control on the right. I keep trying to use the scroll button. ham radio, JS8 call digital mode. And then you'll see there it is. There is, I didn't show you over here, but at the top there is a table of contents as well over there to jump quickly in the page. Now, it's also rendered that as well for you. Not perfectly again, but I mean, it sort of does the job. And there it's rendered the graphics and everything all 100% correctly. So you can certainly use the mobile browser where it is mobile enabled to do pretty well much virtually the same thing. But what I really want to show you now this is really the last thing I want to show, is how to create that link on the desktop. So if you're in the browser, what I'd suggest is go to wherever you want the landing page actually to be, because if you're going to choose one of these other pages, whenever you opened up the app, that's the page it's going to jump to. So right, there we are at the home page essentially. Or you could, if you wanted to, use some page, like for example in my case I've got things like site updates, or I've got blog. So some might say, okay, I want to use the blog as the landing page. It doesn't really matter. If I go to the blog, you'll see this will immediately bring up all my most recent posts. So if you wanted that to be the page that you default to, then that's fine. We'll use this page. So just move your browser up or down. Some browsers like Firefox will pop up the Firefox browser page at the bottom, the menu. Chrome will do it at the top, and I'll show you Chrome in a few seconds as well. Essentially all you do is open up the browsers menu, and you're going to choose add to home screen. You can edit whatever you want the icon to show. You could say Gadgeteer, or you could just say favorite blog, or whatever the case is, and you're going to say add. It'll normally give you an option for both of them to either just add it automatically to anywhere on the home screen on Android, or you can long press on it with your finger and then drag it to where you want it to be, and that's it. You'll see it's got a little Firefox logo. It'll show that it's a web link essentially. If I was to do the same with Chrome, I can just show you the same thing over there. Okay, right, you'll see it's a similar type of view as I showed just now. Let's just do this one for the home page over here. So in Chrome's case, if you move the thing up and down a bit, you'll see its browser menu appears. If you're dragging it downwards, it's at the top. Same thing, open the menu, go to add to home screen. Add, same option we saw earlier. This is probably an Android feature, I would imagine, but I can long press and I can just put it wherever I need to put it, like that. And getting to that page, same as the others, just like a native app, you just click the app, it'll open up, and you've got it ready to use in the browser. So that's really it actually. I hope it helped some people anyway. You know, for more than one reason. It could either be that it doesn't exist an app, or maybe you just feel if it is an informational type page or social media site, I don't want to be bugged by push notifications, installing a whole lot of different apps on. If you find it is mobile enabled like this, like I was saying with the drop down menus, and it's perfectly usable for you, then maybe just consider running it like this as a web app from your browser with a link on the home page. So I hope some found it interesting, and yeah, keep safe out there, and I'll see you in my next video.